So we just got a great question from Jackie's class again. Jackie's class seems to watch Wild Safari Live quite often, which we're really happy about. And hi to everyone in the class, everyone that's watching today. We're really happy to have you on board. And we had a question about when do you think, or firstly, how old do you think that male is? And I'm just watching VM's filming behind here. I'm just going to move up and just Jackie's class, I'm coming back to you. I'm just a little bit in between the pride and the kill, and I just don't want them to feel like we're in the way. And I just moved back to there. So they've got a little bit of a thoroughfare behind us if they want to go down to that kill, and we can still see it from here. But back to Jackie's class. Hi everyone. And the other thing I need to say is Charlie has asked a fantastic question about, firstly, how old is the male? Let's get a little picture of the male just here for you, Charlie, and everyone else in the class. There's the male just there. Okay, so there's the male, Charlie, and how old do we think he is? He's probably about 2.5, 3 years old, maybe about that. So his mane's not fully developed, more like 2.5, I think. And he won't get his full mane till he's about 4 or 5 years old. But when they're about 5 years old, Charlie, they look absolutely magnificent. There's big, wild mane around their neck, which makes them not only look more impressive and big and formidable, or really sort of powerful to other lions, but it also protects their head and shoulders when they're maybe having a bit of a fight or a bit of a scuffle to become the dominant male with another pride or something like that. So it's there for protection, Charlie, and it's also there to make the animal look bigger. So hopefully that asked your question. And big hi to Jackie's class and everyone in there from us here on Safari Live, coming to you live from South Africa. Brilliant stuff, guys. Keep watching. And I probably should add a little bit to other school classes around the world. Anyone that wants to watch Safari Live, please join in. Send us questions. If we see the class come in an email, we'll definitely come to you if we can and make sure that we answer as many questions as we possibly can. Really fantastic. So we just had a great question from Cindy. This is really a detailed question, and thank you so much for it, Cindy. Cindy wants to know if the buffalo was by itself or it was in a herd, and she also wants to know how the pride would have done it. Well, because we didn't actually see it, Cindy, I'm just going to give you a couple of options of how it could have happened. But there could have been a situation where it was a lone male, or moving through the area with maybe another male or a couple of other bachelors. That's one option. And then it could have been singled out. Now, sometimes the buffalo will all band together, and they're very, very well known for banding together and protecting each other. So there's a good chance it was at the edge of a bachelor herd and just got singled out by the lions as they sort of pounced on it. Basically, they would have powerfully come out of the foliage or the vegetation, and then either separated it off or caught it by surprise. There's quite a powerful number of lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 females and 1 male, and that's one scenario. The other scenario is it could have been injured. We don't know, and was separated down here or was struggling through, and that's how they've done it. It could have been separated off from a bigger herd as well and was a straggler at the back of a large herd, but we just don't know because we weren't here. But there's many different scenarios that could happen. The most important thing is that the lions work in a strategy that they can protect themselves from these incredible horns. Now, it is a male, it's a bull buffalo. It could have been a bull that was past his prime, but it also could have just been an individual trailing on the edge of a herd. So just depending on how the situation was, and it's probably an individual that was a bachelor in a bachelor herd, and then the lions have used that strategy and their experience to pull this huge beast down, and this will feed them for many days. But great question, Cindy, and thank you very much. It does share with a lot of other people how this could have happened. We will never know because we weren't here. The male's now just coming right down behind me. Really incredibly close here. Incredibly close. He's only about probably 10 feet from me at the moment, just walking off. There might be a little bit of vocalization now when he comes down. You can see the big, oh, you can't see it now, the little cub just walked in front, but there's a big set of horns on that buffalo, so that's the most dangerous part of the buffalo. It can hook a line and potentially fatally wound it. You can see the size of those horns, and that's what they will use and drop their head and neck with those powerful shoulders. Really lift a line, and the potential for injury is huge, so they've got to be very, very careful when they're hunting buffalo. But I have to tell you, buffalo is top of the menu for lion. This is the ultimate prize for them. Their favourite food, and as I said, we'll feed them for days. So we're going to get some great sightings down here over the next few days. Look at that little cub who's just put his head up and gone to sleep next to the male. We just got a question from Leanne in Lakeland, Florida, if he is the dominant male. He's not the dominant male. He's got a fair few years to become dominant, so he's definitely not the big boy, and he's just a youngster, probably 2.5, and he's got quite a long way to go, Leanne. But he eventually will be dominant somewhere, as most males strive to be. Did you copy? Sure. Just one of the other guides coming down, putting his nose in. I'm just going to move forward a little bit for him. We'll still have a good vision, folks. Hey, big man. Yeah. All right, very well, thanks. That female in behind there is still feeding. She's been feeding since we've been sitting here. We just had a question from Joan Thompson, and Joan's asking whether it's unusual for a dominant male not to be around. Well, it's actually not. The males, the large males, can come and go as they please, and this young sub-adult male is being tolerated at the moment, and he'll probably be asked to leave in a sort of a manner in some point very soon. But no, the dominant male can come and go as he pleases. He could be around, and he's not actually in the vicinity where we are now, but he could end up coming down on this kill at some point as well. So not necessarily this evening, but it's not unusual, Joan. And Joan, it'd be great to know where you were from as well. Unfortunately, we couldn't tell everyone where you've emailed us from, but it would be great to know where you were from. So anyone that sends us an email, please let us know where you're from, so we can give you a little bit of a shout out to your city or your country as well.